Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to have many different twists and turns, as well as surprises and revelations in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this movie is that we do know that the twists and turns are going to be used in a way in order to evolve the characters of Rey and Kylo, and that a lot of these twists and turns will be connected to the evolving plot device in Episode 9 that will also be used to move the characters forward throughout this entire story. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this film, for a sequence based within the second act of the movie. Now, specifically, a description of both Rey and Luke Skywalker sitting in front of each other in front of an ancient structure, where it's described that Luke is in the form of a Force ghost. It's described that this is the moment in which Rey warns Luke about a great and dark power that she feels from afar, and that she explains that Kylo warned her of this power, as well as during one of their Force bond sequences. It said that Rey warns Luke of a power that is so dark it exceeds Kylo's and even Snoke's. It's described that Luke has felt the dark power before during his early life, once Rey reveals her concern to Luke. It said that this dark power is part of the evolving plot device that will be used in the film that constantly changes from start to finish. It said that once Rey warns Luke of the power, Luke describes it as a familiar power, however at the same time seems very new. It said that to be a moment in which Luke tells Rey that she must find the great power and defeat it, and that Kylo is also on the hunt of the dark power that is sensed through all three characters, Luke, Kylo Ren, and Rey. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that there is going to be a new threat in this movie, a brand new villain in Star Wars Episode 9 that is going to be based off of something from Legends material, as well as a character that is connected to the prequels and or the originals. Now, what's really intriguing about all of this is that this new villain in Star Wars Episode 9 is described to have a dark power that exceeds that, of course, of Kylo Ren and Supreme Leader Snoke. So, who is this guy? What is this dark power that Rey is actually warning Luke Skywalker of? Where Luke Skywalker is described to describe it as a familiar power, however at the same exact time it seems like a brand new power that he has never sensed before. So it's both familiar and very new at the same time for Luke, and this really does raise a lot of questions as to exactly what's really going on here with the new villain in this movie. Now, we do know that Matt Smith is attached to Episode 9 and that his character is on lockdown. We know little to nothing about his character, other than that maybe he is indeed the new villain that we have been talking about for so very long now. Again, there's still no major hints and or indicators of exactly whether or not Matt Smith is the new villain in Star Wars Episode 9. But like I say, guys, I think it's pretty safe to say that Matt Smith is for sure absolutely the new villain in this movie, since they are keeping him as an actor on lockdown as to who he is portraying in this movie, since it's said to have a major impact on the Skywalker saga. So with that being said, how Rey warns the Force ghost of Luke Skywalker about this dark power, and how even Kylo Ren warned Rey about this dark power during one of their Force bond sequences, it really does make one question exactly how is it going to look like on the big screen, where we have both, of course, Kylo Ren, Rey, and of course the new villain in a 2-on-1 battle by the time the third act of the movie arrives. Now, what's really intriguing is that Luke Skywalker actually pretty much tells Rey to seek this new power, this dark power, and to defeat it, and that Kylo Ren is also on the hunt of this dark power. So we also know that Kylo Ren wants to destroy this power once he senses it in Star Wars Episode 9. He wants to get rid of it. He doesn't want any competition, obviously. He wants to be the ruler of the galaxy within his new order. So with that being said, guys, who is the new power? What is this new power, I should say? There's a great chance that it is, in fact, going to be a young version of Emperor Palpatine, or just a new villain entirely. Now, I think it was very smart by Disney and Lucasfilm to include the laughter of Emperor Palpatine at the very end of the movie, leaving open the possibilities as to what's really going to happen with Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars Episode 9. For all we know, from all the leaks that we have been going over, a majority of them pretty much entails that he's going to be in the form of a hologram, a dream sequence, and visions, etc. Nothing so far indicating that he is going to be back alive, like the original Palpatine that we all know and love from the originals and the prequels. There's nothing that already indicates that he's going to come back to life in that form. However, there is a huge possibility, and that there is a lot of talk that there may be something to do with Palpatine's essence or his spirit or something around those lines, and that could very well have a connection to the new villain in Episode 9. Remember the rumors that Matt Smith was portraying a young version of Emperor Palpatine. It's very possible that we are getting a clone of Palpatine in Star Wars Episode 9, a new version of him, if you will, in this movie. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.